Welcome back! My name is Baller Scuba. This is Video Games Over Time. We are still in 1983. Today, we're going to talk about Wizardry 3. The story of Wizardry 3, Legacy of Lilgamen, takes us back to Surtech Software. We previously talked about Surtech Software in our videos on Wizardry and Wizardry 2. Both of those games were created by Andrew C. Greenberg and Robert Woodhead. Wizardry 3 was designed by not only Andrew Greenberg and Robert Woodhead, but also Robert Del Favero Jr., Samuel Pottle, and Joshua Middleman. Wizardry 3 is, as you might expect, a sequel to Wizardry Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord and Wizardry 2, The Knight of Diamonds. Much like Wizardry 2, characters cannot be created in Wizardry 3. Characters for Wizardry 3 must be imported from either of the first two games. However, the characters imported will not be the same characters as the first two games. Instead, the new characters become descendants of the previous characters, starting over at level 1, although the hero's statistics play an important part in the new characters. This once again means that Wizardry 3's audience is limited to players who have at least played and beaten the first Wizardry game. Wizardry 3 is a role-playing game. The player plays as a party of characters. They must explore a 6-level dungeon inside a volcano. Instead of climbing down the dungeon, Wizardry 3 has the party move up the volcano. The gameplay and the spells of the game are identical to the first two games. Surtech Software released Wizardry 3 for the Apple II in 1983. That is the short backstory to Wizardry 3, Legacy of Lilgamen. With that now told, it's time to read the story presented in the game's manual. Since this game takes place after the first two, if you have not played or seen the first two games and do not want their minimal plot spoiled, now would be the time to stop watching. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. For those that have stayed, let's read the story from the manual. We will start with a section named Prelude. A generation has passed in the kingdom of Lilgamen, since an intrepid band of adventurers regained the ancient armor of the Knight of Diamonds and restored the Staff of Nilda. Peace and prosperity has prevailed. Under the protection of the staff, Lilgamen has become a place of light and beauty, where war and its tools are unknown. Recently, the peace of Lilgamen has been disturbed, not by angry men and bloody war, but rather by unbalanced nature. For years, unsettling accounts of freak earthquakes, sudden changes in weather, and thundering tidal waves have reached the ears of Lilgamen's people. Most have ignored them. When the formerly peaceful seas around the prosperous island colony of Arbathea rose and swamped the island, no one could ignore the tales. The tidal wave destroyed the cities and left only barren peaks above the water. Now the citizens could no longer idly dismiss the rumors. Soon after, Lilgamen herself was shaken in an earthquake so mighty that even the Temple of Nilda was damaged. Self-appointed prophets called divine wrath and demanded immediate repentance. Mystics consulted the tarot. Astrologers talked of great comets in the heavens that will crash into the planet, bringing utter destruction. Priests of the old religions talk of the death of the great world serpent and the end of existence. Wiser heads call for a new generation of adventurers of all kinds and creeds to seek the cause of the troubles. Like their ancestors before them, the adventurer's quest is to save Lilgamen from perils that face the city. The greatest sages and wizards of the kingdom have agreed. Only one relic has the scrying power to reveal the source of the danger. A mystical orb long ago taken by the great dragon Lickbreath is the only solution. Lickbreath, one of the 5 children of the world serpent, is dedicated to the preservation of the balance of the world. She deemed that the great orb might upset that balance if left in the hands of men. Legend says the dragon took the orb to her mountain lair. There she invoked the powers of good and evil to protect the orb from thieves. The leaders of Lilgamen now appeal to you, the descendants of the heroes of the Knight of Diamonds and of Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord. Take up their memories and their skills, and seek out the dragon Lickbreath. Win from her the mystical orb. That is the prelude. The story continues in a section named Rite of Passage. The adventurers who will go on the quest for the mystical orb will be chosen from this year's graduating apprentices. Each apprentice at the age of 20 undergoes the ancient Rite of Passage. After proper preparation and rituals, the apprentice will pray to the spirits of their ancestors for guidance and assistance. These spirits are the essence of these heroes. Such heroes defeated Werdna for his amulet, or returned Nilda's staff to Lilgamen. During this arcane ritual, the apprentices, if deemed worthy, will receive the blessings of their ancestors. These new level 1 characters will actually inherit some of the powers and skills of their ancestors as their rightful heritage. Some of the characters' attributes will be enhanced, and they will be more adept at their craft. The new adventurers will proudly wear the name of their forebears into battle. Family caste and honors are also inherited during the ritual. Through heroic battles and quests, an ancestor may have earned entrance into a high caste, such as ninja or lord. Truly great heroes of old received chevrons and knighthoods as honors. The descendants of these heroes are entitled to bear those historic titles. Such a heritage must be born with pride and glory to enhance the family honor. After a brief set of instructions on transferring characters, the process continues in a section named the Rite of Passage Ceremony. It reads, "The coming of age ritual is performed at the training grounds as a graduating ceremony for the apprentice adventurers. Please proceed immediately to the training grounds without pausing at the other fascinating shops. This is a very solemn occasion, so no stopping at Gilgamesh's for a quick mead. Each apprentice is directly linked to their ancestor. At the training grounds, invoke the spirit of each ancestor one at a time. When the spirit is present, start the initiation by selecting R for Rite of Passage Ceremony. During the initiation, the fledgling adventurer is allowed only one choice, the rest of the ceremony being in the hands of the temple priests. Regardless of their family's ancestral alignment, each character may now declare their own choice of alignment within traditional limitations. Values and more sometimes change through time. The viewpoint of one's ancestors is often different from those of a descendant. Yet, traditions are strong, and much thought should go into the alignment decision. When the runes were cast for this quest, it was foretold that the role of each adventurer would hinge on the alignment selected. Then the ancestral link dissipates, and only the newly graduated character remains. Under the rigors of the quest, the character must prove worthy of the great heritage just bestowed. If any adventurer uses those inherited gifts unwisely, the gifts may destroy the adventurer. After this instruction, the story continues in a section named Quest. It reads, "Upon completion of the Rite of Passage, the new adventurers are gathered before the elders of Lilgamen. The burden of the quest for the sacred orb is laid upon their shoulders. The adventure party is informed that the large smoking mountain at the edge of town is actually the legendary sanctuary of the great dragon Lickbreath. As one of the 5 children of the great world serpent, Lickbreath guards the orb from unworthy seekers. High inside the mountain is the hidden resting place of the orb. The party must climb the twisted passageways inside the mountain. Lickbreath has used both good and evil magic to safeguard the orb. Legions of monsters and nefarious troops bar the seeker's path. Diabolical traps and confounding riddles test the ingenuity of each member of the party. Only the strength of an ancestor's bequest will enable a character to even survive the lowest entry level. As tradition requires, new adventurers begin without weapons or armor. The elders give each adventurer a purse of up to 500 gold pieces upon graduation. Wise outfitting at Boltak's trading post is the first test of survival. To facilitate such purchases, a new option P for Pool Gold has been added. Pool Gold transfers all the gold of the party to the one character. The Ancient Maze option D for Disband has fallen upon disfavor and has been discarded. Too many ancient adventurers were eaten by dungeon denizens after the party disbanded. This was noticed when the characters failed to survive the journey back to the castle. Before the eager adventurers leave on their quest, the priests from the Temple of Kant perform one last divination. The priests use domesticated creeping coins to cast hexagrams in the sands. Murmur, chant, prayer, success. A warning, the power of lick breath is the power of the planet itself. Somewhat shaken, the adventurers listen to the head elder. Whenever danger confronts mankind, Lilgamond ever stands in the fore, ready to lead into the darkness. Now you must go forth into the unknown to save your people. Such is the legacy of Lilgamond. Good luck, and may Cadorto smile upon you. That is the plot presented in the manual for Wizardry 3. With that now told, it's time to get into the game itself. But that will have to wait for another video. My name is Baller Scuba. This has been Video Games Over Time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in our next video when we play Wizardry 3: Legacy of Lilgamond.